I'm not gonna lie, but I am still very pissed off with the last episode. But, God, I'm still mad that Yai Senpai did that. That drove me up the walls. Well, you mean it, and welcome. My name is Yuusha Anime. Welcome back to Malus Code. Last time, we got tricked into thinking Yai was actually about to drown, and I actually thought that was legit. And it turns out it was just a prank, and he forced me, after I admitted I couldn't swim, to swim, and that actually made me very upset. But we're going to see what happens after that, because I'm very curious. I'm very curious at the second. So guys, Ikimashulka. I wake up in the middle of the night. The smell of the bedding and setup of the room is different than usual. I sit up in confusion. But soon I recalled that this is the guest room at the Akoma residence. It's dim. Come on, you don't need that there. I immediately start and there's already a grammar problem. Okay, it is dim and silent. You could just either put it as it is or it's dim and silent. I want to turn on the light. But this isn't my room. So I don't know where the light switch is. I stand up carefully to keep from tripping in this gloomy room. Gotta pee. I fumble around as I leave the room. What a pain. Where's the bathroom? I enter the hallway, but I don't even know if I should go right or left. Yuri and Suzugaki-sensei are in the room across from me, but asking them won't do any good. This isn't a hotel, so there aren't any lights or signs in the hallway. I fumble my way down the hallway. We're going to run into Yai, aren't we? After walking along the wall for a while, I come to a dead end. Disappointed, I turn back the other way. Further down, I come across a stairway up to the next floor, but I ignore it and head straight. If I go to another floor, I'm definitely going to get lost. When I turn the corner, I see a dim light down the hall. It's coming from a crack between a door and the wall. Wait. A what? Wait. When I turn the corner, I see a dim light at the hall. It's coming from the crack between a door and the wall. At the wall? Between a door on the wall? Come on, game. 2 in 1? Like, literally a minute? Come on. It might be rude, but maybe if someone's in there, I could ask them to show me the way. I approach the room, and when I reach the door, I hear a voice from inside. It's Yai, huh? Isn't this Yai Senpai's voice? I peek inside through the gap between the door and the wall to see Yai Senpai inside. But he's wearing clothes I've never seen before. Yai Senpai usually wears shorts along with a skimpy top that shows his belly button. But right now, he's draped in traditional Japanese clothing. It's made of classy looking fabric with faint embroidery on it. I'm not knowledgeable about this kind of thing, but even I can easily tell it's expensive. But in contrast to his vivid clothing, Yai Senpai's face looks lifeless. Yeah. More importantly, Yai Senpai is the only one in the room as far as I can tell, even though he said big sister before. Is his sister dead and he's trying to act in the same manner as his sister? Yai Senpai continues to talk to himself. He is a totally different vibe from when he's in the lab. Well, I guess everyone has a side to themselves they only show when they're done. Yoshino? Oh. Yai Senpai sighs. His voice sounds heavy with self-contempt. Is he pretending to be a sister for his dad's sake? To make him think that he is his big sister, aka Yoshino, is Yoshino's real name. Oops, it's like I'm eavesdropping on him. I missed my chance to call out to him. What should I do? I can't just silently continue on my way. As I contemplate, Yai Senpai suddenly looks my way. I knock my brow on the corner of the door in surprise. Unfortunately, he continues to push the door open slowly. I can't try to hide anymore. I'll just be up front with Yai Senpai. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Just felt like it wasn't a good time to talk to you and got nervous. No matter how I explain it, it just sounds like a strained excuse. I braced myself to be angrily told off by Yai-senpai. However, thankfully Yai-senpai's attitude doesn't seem to be sour one bit, despite my spine. Despite. There isn't a trace of blame toward me in his words. To be honest, it's both, I guess. Sorry. What did he ask me again? My answer makes no sense. I was so relieved that Yai-senpai's words disappeared the instant they entered my head. By the way, Yai-senpai, what were you saying earlier? Something about your big sister? Yeah, he's having to act like his sister. Yai-senpai interrupts and dismisses my question. I guess it's more rude of me to ask a question about something I heard when eavesdropping. I decided not to ask any further. Plus, I have more important business right now. I need a piss. By the way, Yai-senpai, could you tell me where the bathroom is? I'm actually pretty frantic right now. Yai-senpai shouts at me with a dumbfounded expression. He walks up to me, takes me by the hand, and drags me out of the room. He keeps pulling my hand, guiding me to the servants' restroom. I jog to the urinal and I made it. I give a sigh of relief. When you're holding in a piss for a long time and you finally let it go, it is the biggest relief in the world. And I mean that. It is so relieving. Okay, bloody hell, we're moving through the episodes really fast. When I turn the faucet on the sink, I hear a dog howling somewhere. Or is it a siren? I've finished washing my hands and wipe them with a handkerchief. The sound has already stopped. There are mountains nearby, so maybe it's to call to some wild bird who wandered into the yard. Who? You could say that wandered into the yard. I continue wiping my hands dry as I leave the bathroom. Huh? Yai-senpai's gone. Well, I finished my urgent business now, so it doesn't matter if he's here. I head back through the dark hallway alone. On my way, I approach the room Yai-senpai was in earlier. He's not there, is he? I set foot in the room. Yai-senpai isn't here either. For some reason, there's a kimono shed on the floor. It still feels warm, so it must be what Yai-senpai was wearing. So that means after Yai-senpai left while I was in the bathroom, he must have come right back to this room and taken off his clothes. Take a look around the room. It's late night, so outside the window it's pitch black. The wall is decorated with framed paintings and there's a photo in a stand on top of the chest of drawers. The bedsheet looks untouched without a single wrinkle. I approach the vanity dresser and peer in the mirror. My plain face peers from the beautifully polished surface. Based on the furnishings, this is probably a girl's room. Everything is neatly arranged, but it doesn't have any sign that someone resides here. It's his sister's room. It's not his room. It doesn't seem likely that this is Yai-senpai's room. I move to the wall and look up at the painting, but they don't give me any clues. Next, I pick up the picture of the chest of drawers. It's a portrait photo that shows a young girl seated and wearing a beautiful kimono. It's not some everyday snapshot, but a professional picture taken in a studio. Hold on. I think I've seen her kimono before. Squat down and look at the kimono on the floor and compare it with the photo. It's hers. I was right. The colour and pattern look like they match. I think it's probably the same outfit. Does that mean that Yai-senpai was wearing the same outfit as this person in the photo? All alone in late at night? I don't get it. Look at the photo again and tilt my head in confusion. I leave the mysterious room and am back in the dark hallway. It's so dark I can hardly see where I'm going. Still, it's not pitch black, so if I walk carefully I should be okay. Start moving along slowly. Just please don't move into Yai-senpai. No. Don't fall into Yuri's or Suzukake's room, please. The hallway splits into two paths. If I remember correctly, one of these leads to a dead end. I should make it back to my room if I go to the right. No, we went the other way. We went the other way. Footsteps reverberate through the silent hallway. Beside that sound, it's perfectly silent. I reached my room, only left to use the bathroom, but it took a long time. I'm totally awake now. I wonder if I can get back to sleep before the morning. When I start to open the door to my room, I see something like a white snake at my feet. It's so dark I can't see clearly. Something pale and long is stretched out on the floor. Somebody's dead. Somebody's dead. I know exactly I found the snakes, so I'm almost paralysed with fear. I managed to stay standing, but I can't stop my legs from shaking. The snake-like object doesn't move at all. No, wait. Now that I look closely, this isn't a snake, it's a dead person. Suzukake-sensei, what on earth is the matter? Huh? Wait, Suzukake? Damn, I was so shocked. What I thought was a snake was actually Suzukake-sensei's arm. Suzukake-sensei lies on her side. Her upper body protruding from the door across from my room. Squat down next to her and shake her shoulders.
君か
She faintly opens her eyes and looks up at me. I don't know why she was sleeping here like this. It doesn't seem like she suddenly got ill and fainted or anything. Oh yeah, how come Yuri didn't notice someone in the same room as her doing this? I look toward their room. Huh? The inside of their room is totally wrecked. Chairs and tables are overturned, and Suzukaki-sensei and Yuri's luggage is scattered around the floor. Has Yuri switched again? This is terrible. It almost looks like a robbery took place.
落ち着きたまえ興奮しては
It's Yuri again.
ダメだ
I prop up her body. She's limp. Doesn't seem like she'll be able to stand up yet.
私に構うなそれよりもユリを
Yep, it's Yuri. Yuri's gonna kill us again! As she whispers, she points toward the window. Moonlight shines in the open window, and I realise Yuri is gone. Ah! Very close by the house, some kind of fearsome beast roars outside of the open window. Wait, was that really some animal? It's not like there's any giant creatures or like elephants or lions around here. No time to hesitate. Suzukaki-sensei, please stay here. I'm going to go look outside. She doesn't even stop me. I return to my room, tie my shoes, and dash outside the mansion. Only a short distance from the Ikoma estate, my surroundings suddenly shifts into a deep forest. Hey, Yuri! Answer if you can hear me! Cries are soared into the forest. I quietly anticipate an answer, but everything remains silent. All I can hear are my own footsteps on the grass. I'm going to save, because this seems like it could go very, very bad. Very quickly. Wait a minute, how many chances were there in the last one? 8. Bloody hell, I'm near the end. My cries are absorbed into the forest. I quietly anticipate an answer, but everything remains silent. All I can hear are my own footsteps on the grass. My excitement has calmed a little. Even in the early summer, it still feels pretty cold this late at night. Maybe I'm just feeling chilled with fear. If I let the fear take hold of me, the trees surrounding me start to look like fiendish silhouettes. Oh, here's something that sounds like talking somewhere. That's Yuri. That's Yuri! I stop in a place, close my eyes, and concentrate on my sense of hearing. My ears pick up on the faint sound of a whispering voice, but I can't figure out where it's coming from. Maybe I should change locations. I might be able to pick it up better that way. I count 1, 2, 3 as I walk. On the 9th step, I set foot on something soft. Oh no, it's tender. I can tell it's obviously not a rotten tree branch or something. It feels round and flexible. It's a leg. Instinctively, I assume it's a snake. I scream and jump back. Personalised on the ground. It's Yuri. Why has someone passed out here? I lean over them and cautiously observe them. It's a normal human. Oh, it's not Yuri. A middle-aged man wearing a white lab coat who's passed out and fallen over. From what I can see, he doesn't seem to have any injuries, and he's still breathing. This is so baffling. Why would someone be passed out here? Looking around, I spot another person like, what the hell is going on? I go over to investigate, and it's basically the same. I don't see a third person for now. What should I do? Should I try to wake him up? It's so fishy, though. It might be safest not to get involved. It might be safe to not get... As my mind races, I hear a noise behind me. Hello, Yuri. I know it's you. It's footsteps. The sound of someone stepping a tree branch and breaking it. Oh, my ears. No. And along with the footsteps, the low growl of an animal. I turn around and freeze instantly. A giant shadow in the shape of a human stands immediately behind me. Indeed, instead of a shadow, maybe I should say a mass of darkness. A darkness so deep, it gives me the wild fear that if I stuck my arm into that blackness, I might not get it back. The grotesque shadow moves its featureless face up to mine as if to lick me. It seems to grin slyly. Shadow extends an arm-like limb towards me. Its fingers of darkness draw near my face. Ah! I sprint as fast as I can. I pay no mind to the fact that I can't see clearly or my footing is unstable. Just run with everything I've got. Jesus. I hear howling beasts chasing behind me. I don't have the leeway to look back. I pay no mind to the branches smacking into my face or rocks causing me to stumble. and just continue running. Smartest choice Will has ever made. That is the smartest choice he has ever done. The fear chases me from behind. The thought of stopping never crosses my mind. But I can't keep it up. I get tripped up by a hole and crash into a tree stump I was trying to avoid. Bright sparks cloud my vision, and I fall to the ground. I got hit in a bad place. I lose consciousness. Did I get hit in the gonads? Oh god. No! Stop. Alarm, my phone rings. Oh, it's my ringtone. I awake. I slept terribly tonight. Like mud from my face and clothes as I stand. I feel dizzy, but that'll probably be better soon. The bottom of my head, on the other hand, will probably stick around for a while. Can you please pick up the phone? I search my ringing phone and pull it out from my jacket. Maybe because I have a good case on it, or maybe just from sheer luck the phone is unscathed. The call is from Yuusha senpai. I reach out to touch the screen and answer. Well, thank you. Yuusha senpai. Yuusha senpai rushed up to me in the forest, smartphone in hand. Guess he called me to find me. I have to be close enough to hear the sounds. What do you mean? Yuusha senpai raised his finger to his lips. The image of the black shadow chasing me comes back to my mind. I want to tell him about it, but I'm too stupefied to speak. Then why are we whispering still? Okay. I silently nod. I thought the forest wasn't a part of his family's property. I guess it is. Senpai smoothly dodges between the trees. Why are we in a sex dungeon? Oh god. There's an open area deep in the forest in the middle. There's a manhole. Yuusha senpai takes its lid off and goes inside without the slightest hesitation. I'm not even kidding you, that actually drained me. That actually drained me. I actually can't believe it. We go down a vertical ladder into a dark, damp basement. First going from the mansion into the forest. Then being attacked by a monster. And losing consciousness. I'm in an underground cave with Yuusha senpai. Yuusha senpai, what's this underground tunnel? I feel like Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. It's not quite as grotesque as this. I was going to say, no. I can see where you're getting at, but no. Damn. Is this the source? Is this the source of the medicine? That is actually slightly plausible. Yuusha senpai explains this to me as he walks down the corridor. Yuusha senpai, how can you be so calm right now? I don't know. Yuusha senpai turns around and looks at me head on. I take on his gaze. It's like we're having a stare down. I guess I've got to say about what's been going on with me then. I'll glare back at Lens in a few seconds. Yuusha senpai looks away and begins walking down the hall again. I got to go up to the bathroom. I guess that was before I met him. I was taking care of my business. I heard an animal howling. Think about it, that was... I should have when I remember the beast in the forest. That's right, Suzugaki-sensei was collapsed. Their room was ransacked and she told me to take care of Yuri. We're finally going to get answers. We're finally getting answers. Yuusha senpai, how can you be so composed during all this while I feel like I'm starting to question my own sanity? If I'm not dreaming right now, then tell me what's going on, Yuusha senpai. Yeah. I actually know the truth about Yuusha senpai's father, Ikome Yasuhiro. Ikome Yasuhiro is effectively the owner of the multinational corporation Ab Initio Pharmaceuticals, one of the leading pharmaceutical companies in the world. Still, he's never left his home country of Japan, so on a global scale many people think of him as quite mysterious. It's not much different even in Japan, where he dictates over this region in secrecy. It's not nice to say, but rumors compare him to a mafia or yakuza bosses from movies.
僕のパパは病気なのですよ。これもまた一言で言い表しにくいことなのですけど、老いたパパは迫る死から逃れようとしてもがき苦しんだのです。エル
Right.
さんもちょっと不思議だと思っているでしょ。生駒康弘にはまともな着手がいないんですよ。何しろ幼い日の僕は自分にパパがいると知らなかったぐらいですから。
He's posing as his child then. Right. Billionaire Ikoma Yasuhiro is quite elderly. He's been married several times, but for some reason they all died young. It was rumoured that he unluckily lost his family in the Pacific War, so he may leave this world without passing on his bloodline. Senpai stops in place in the middle of the passageway. The stairs leading up in the wall. He helps on the stairs and dashes up them. I'll follow up after him. It's so bizarre. Do you know what? Screw it, guys. I am going to finish this game today.
そしてここです。
I'm going to finish this today. Screw it. We're near the end. Literally right near the end. If I remember from the first one, it went up to episode 8 as well. So we're literally right near the end. I might as well just do the rest now. After we climb up a shaft in the tunnel, we arrive at a familiar location. This is the room where I saw Yai-senpai wearing the kimono. Is this a hidden passage? Or maybe it should have been called an evacuation route. I don't get the point of this convoluted setup, but I guess it's not that unusual for a historic building to have something like this.
パパには吉野という名前の長女がいたんですよ。一応公には僕のお姉様に当たるのですけ
You
ど。
have to pose as her. Yai-senpai picks up the formal clothes scattered on the floor and lovingly rubs his face against them.
パパの家族は普通ではありませんでしたからね。それはこの僕を見ても明らかでしょ。
True. Take another look at Yai-senpai from head to toe. A small face and a thin frame. Soft-looking lips and cat-like eyes. Refined and flirty gestures as... Well, I can at least agree that Yai-senpai isn't exactly what most people would call normal.
ところで、
Yeah.
引き返すならここが最後ですけれども、どうします？
Huh? Yai-senpai stands by the door and questions me. He points towards what's probably the exit of the mansion. What a joke. There's no way I'd turn my back after coming so far.
では、先に進みましょうか。
Yes. We leave the room and walk down the dim hallway. Since it's his own home, Yai-senpai travels through the maze-like corridors unhindered. So Yai-senpai stops suddenly. I almost crashed into his back. What's the matter? And I peer over his shoulder down the hallway. I gasp in surprise. A man in a lab coat lies collapsed on the floor. It's the same thing I saw in the woods. Why are these guys passing out here too? Yai-senpai bends down next to him and rolls him over so he's facing up. He then searches the man's coats and pocket.
やっぱりこいつらはアブイニシオ製薬の雇われだ。
Senpai grumbles in irritation as he discards what looks like the man's business card and identification. I saw some guys who seem to be from the same group outside. Who are they?
特別な救急医療チームってところですね。例えば、錯乱した薬物中毒者の取り寄せを
Yuri is one of them. Yuri is one of them. A special emergency medical team? I now look closely. He does look kind of muscular. If you swapped his lab coat for a bulletproof vest and military goggles, it wouldn't seem out of place. My smartphone starts going off again. I'm sure I'm popular today. God damn it! I'm trying to figure out a mystery and my phone is popular. Go me! Looks like it's notifying me that I got an email. Where are you? If you're okay, then contact me. Send her a Suzugaki-sensei. Oh, she's still alive. Okay. The message is short and to the point.
それは誰からのです？
Suzugaki-sensei.
そうですか。先生に僕も一緒だって伝えてください。
Okay, I'm in the mansion and I'm with Yai-senpai, alright. When I send it, I get a voice call. Sensei, you okay? I could be better, but I rub the bump on my forehead as I speak. Whoa, okay. She interrupts my carefree chatter with a curt voice. I hand my phone to Yai-senpai.
先生、今どちらにいらっしゃいますか？父のところですか？それなら話が早いですね。
Okay. What's going on? I stand by and listen to their call, but I can only hear what Yai-senpai is saying, so I quickly lose track of the conversation. They finish talking and he hands the phone back to me.
面倒は少なそうです。みんなのところに行きましょう。
To your father, right? What do you mean by everyone? I question him as I take my phone back, but his answer is brief.
みんなと言ったらみんなですよ。
I meant to sit down and close my eyes just for a moment. I awaken feeling sunlight on my skin. A storm passed over last night. I remember things getting really busy inside of the mansion before dawn. I must have let my guard down and fallen asleep when the unusual servants started stirring about again. At night this place seems so eerie, yet now not a touch of darkness remains. It's a weird feeling. Where did everyone go again? I stopped by the bathroom and washed my face. The Ikoma household is basically back to its usual routine. Some scars are left from the uproar last night. Among the windows in the hallway, one has nothing left but the frame. I stand in front of it and gaze out at the forest before me a bit. I start to walk down the hallway again. A servant calls to me from behind. He tells me everyone is waiting. I follow him. What is this everyone thing? What do you mean, game? Okay. I've never seen this room before. A large hospital bed occupies the middle of the room. Doctors and nurses are crowded around it. I can guess who the person in the bed is. It must be the owner of this estate, Ikomi Yasuhiro. Yep. There's a cot lined up next to his bed. On it, Yuri lies on her back with her eyes closed. Suzukake-sensei sits on a chair next to her. She looks like a mother watching over her sleeping baby. Suzukake-sensei stands up and looks towards me as she speaks. She's not looking at me. I turn around and Yae-senpai is standing behind me. She was speaking to him. So that was him last night. No, we're all staying. Yeah. Wow. I can sense something really bad's gonna happen any second now. Ikomi Yasuhiro gives a pained moan from his bed. He struggles as he reaches his arm out into mid-air. His fingers wriggle as if scratching at something. Doctors and nurses try to restrain their raging patient. Sharp screams sounds, and the nurse steps back, gripping her face. Blood seeps from between her fingers. Hold on. Is that Ikomi Yasuhiro? Bewildered, I ask Yae-senpai. The person on the bed just isn't right. His bruised-looking skin color is somewhat understandable. The way his visibly muscular body doesn't show any signs of weakening is also not too implausible. But isn't his height unusual? He's got to be at least over 2 meters. No, at least 2 meters and 50 centimeters, or over 8 feet tall. Damn it. Damn, savagery. Yae-senpai passes beside me and faces Suzukake-sensei. Yeah, she is. Oh, I guess not. Right. I believe Yae in that one. Yae-senpai points at the bed as he sounds off. Wow. Yae-senpai's in control of everything at the second. Suzukake-sensei looks exhausted and holds her head with both hands. Doctors completely ignore us and continue bustling around Ikomi Yasuhiro. Someone who seems to be the leader of the doctors shouts impatiently. Some of the nurses around him rush out of the room. I look and Ikomi Yasuhiro stops struggling. Yae-senpai goes up to his bedside. Why did I find it so hard to read? And grasps his wrist. A large palm and thick Long fingers. It's almost like a troglodyte. Wow, okay. Yae-senpai holds Ikomi Yasuhiro's wrist for some time, and then drops it. Shaking his head, there must be no pulse.
ご臨終か。どうぞ私を軽蔑してくれたまえ。今は安堵の気持ちの方が大きいよ。
Wow.
醜い死に様。最後には相応の報いを受けたというところですね。
Hold on a second. What about Yuri? Why is nobody paying any attention to Yuri here? We all know what happens. If Yuri is out and about, we're gonna die again. Suzukaki Sensei doesn't reply to Yae-senpai and stands silent by Yuri.
ユリ、終わったよ。
Huh?
もう起きてもいいんだ、ユリ。
Suzukaki Sensei taps Yuri's sleeping face, who groans as she opens her eyes.
あれお姉ちゃん、ここはどこ？にゃ怪しい人。
Huh? Yuri screams when she awakens and sees the men in lab
お
coats.
姉ちゃん、そいつらユリたちを襲ったやつらだよ。逃げて。
No, it's alright. Yuri jumps from her bed and grabs onto Suzukaki Sensei's arm.
ああ、いいんだ。それについては話がついているから。彼らはもう私たちに危害を与えるようなことはない。
No, they're not. The men in white robes continue to ignore us. I look at the bed beside me, and Yasuhiro's body has been wrapped cleanly in a sheet. The large stretcher is being prepared next to it. I don't think he's dead.
そうなの？お姉ちゃんがそう言うなら。
Yuri doesn't quite seem to buy Suzukaki Sensei's explanation. She hides behind her nervously and peers around the room.
生駒康弘氏がたった今亡くなった。
As she speaks, Suzukaki Sensei grips Yuri's lower arm. There's a needle injected into it with a long tube coming from it, leading into a typical-looking medical device.
ユリ、何をされたの？
I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about it. Suzukaki Sensei pulls the needle from Yuri's arm. Yuri gazes at the market, left with an uneasy look in her eyes.
生駒氏は生まれながらに病に侵されていた。戦後、財を成した生駒氏は生きながらえるために様々な努力を惜しまなかった。
Yae-senpai butts in during Suzukaki Sensei's explanation.
僕としては、そこはあらゆる努力を惜しまなかったと表現してほしかったです。
That sounds more likely.
八重ちゃん。
Hostility exudes from Yae-senpai's voice. Yuri cowers a bit in response to his attitude.
僕はショックでしたよ。どうして自分はこの世に生まれたのか、その理由を知ってしまったときは。
I think something's going to happen soon, so I'm going to do a quick save.
少なくとも僕の場合はパパとママが愛し合うことによって作られた子供じゃなかったんです
Is
よ。
he a test tube baby? Is he a test tube?
僕だけでなく、吉野お姉様もね。
君にこんなことを言える資格はないのだが頼む。吉野の話は勘弁してくれない
Wait,
だ
wasn't
ろうか。
Yoshino mentioned before? Wasn't Yoshino mentioned before in the story? I remember hearing that. So, Yae-senpai's older sister was Yoshino and had a connection with Suzukaki Sensei. But I forgot what it was for Yuri.
今日はある意味僕にとって祝すべき日ですから、特別に受け入れてあげますよ。
Yeah.
さて、皆さん、いつまでこんな神経臭いところにいるつもりですか？明日から忙しくなりそうですし、もうお休みしましょう。
Okay. After stretching sleepily, he clasps his hands together to dismiss us. Suzukaki Sensei suddenly takes Yuri's arm and faces away from us. Sorry. Yuri looks like she wants to say something, but Suzukaki Sensei drags her out of the room.
そうだ。あなたはどうするんです？あなたは。
Oh man. I wonder how we're gonna respond now. Yae-senpai acts like he just realized I'm here.
どこから来たのかわからない。七種のゴンベイさん。
Oh, ho, ho, ho. My name is Will, not John Doe. I'm not Ewan, Owen, or either. I'm not unknown even, sorry. Feeling uncomfortable, I said a little more than I should have. Maybe I should have just stayed silent.
まあ、今はいいですよ。後でゆっくりお話ししましょう。二人きりで。
Yep. Fine by me. Yae-senpai exits the room. The doctor and nurses continue their work indifferently. They don't seem to care one way or another if the man who lies on the bed is living or dead. Ikomi Yasuhiro's corpse is sealed in a large body bag, placed on a stretcher and taken away. A few nurses stay behind to remove the medical equipment. They clean up the dirty bed sheets and leftover medicine. They don't interact with me at all. Maybe I'm lower than garbage to them. No, you're just not involved with their prime directive, really. And not even worth throwing out. However, this could reflect how Ikumi Yasuhiro was treated during his lifetime. I look around the vacant room. It slowly lacks any warmth. Okay. But now it's just me and Yai. Apparently so. Several days pass. Okay. Something's gonna happen. It's the finale, guys. Here we go. Several days pass. Ikumi Yasuhiro's obituary goes public a few days after the night we spent at the Ikumi household. I open up a newspaper and spread it on the desk in the lab. His death is covered in depth in the local news, but as far as nationwide papers or television, it's not featured as much. He probably really was a dark influence in the central government. I try my best to read the newspaper in Japanese. That's about all I can get out of it. Reading news outside of my area of expertise in a foreign language is a bit much for me after all. I fold up the paper and toss it in the trash. Doing things I'm not good at is wearing me out. I read the rest online. I sit in front of my PC and search for news from other countries. After about 30 minutes, I've skimmed over coverage everywhere from big news outlets to fishy SNS posts. The contents aren't much different than what was written in the local paper. Guess that's only natural. Even though it's somewhat near to the capital of Japan from a nationwide view, this is nothing more than a completely normal town. There's no big newspaper company, and I can't think of any journalists who would be particularly knowledgeable about local affairs. Now that I think about it, the person who is most knowledgeable about the details of this incident might be me. Maybe. Getting bored with the intent, I close my browser and leave my seat. Suddenly something occurs to me. I try accessing the usual chat channel. Oh, with the final time we enter the chat channel then. Security-wise, it's not proper to access it from here. But things have changed. I don't think there's any need for me to be so paranoid anymore. No, there is. I'm not convinced. I enter the chat room as always, and there's a response. Hey, good morning. How are you feeling? I'm great. Is what I wish I could say, but to be honest, I'm exhausted. I saw the news. I never could have guessed something like this would happen. What should I do now? I don't know what else I can report about the Polar Lab or the Akoma family. Sorry, but to me, you're nothing more than a pawn who's served their purpose. To be frank, you're useless now. Isn't that a little too frank? In a spy movie, an agent who served their purpose always gets erased. That's not going to happen to me, right? Lol. Don't worry. You're not that valuable. Plus, I'm the only one who knows about you. My client has no idea. Well, if you were going to get rid of an ordinary person like me, it's not like I could do anything, right? Worrying is a waste of time. If you want to flee overseas, I could easily arrange a plane ticket for you. It's just pocket money for me. But I can't pay up front, so just keep that in mind. Who is this? Who is this person? This is the bit that's getting me so much about this game, is who's on the other end? And how did I get connections with them? If he is the only person that knows about me, is it somebody that I know personally? Before I moved to Japan. I'm guessing it is, because of course they got me over here, but why and how are my main questions. Gosh darn it. Oh, that's in English. Cheer up. If you leave Japan, you'll be compensated. Gosh darn it. I intend to think carefully about what to do next. I continue chatting.
Ohayo.
Suzukake? The lab door opens. The Suzukake sensei enters. I swiftly close the chat window. Suzukake sensei looks kind of tired. Her face and voice lack energy, sorry. It's understandable. Due to Ikumi Yasuhiro's death, the university is in chaos. To be frank, there wasn't anything honest about that man. Ruling the countryside with his wealth, Ikumi Yasuhiro was a fickle patron. Those who accepted bribes from him are probably scrambling to not be found. Polar Lab has had some of the closest ties to him in the whole university, and that's putting things lightly. I want to believe there wasn't anything suspicious going on. There was. It feels like there's nothing but bad ends in this game. Seems like she just came to get some papers she needed from the professor's office. I see. Of course, Yaoi-senpai is absent. He probably won't be able to come back until the funeral is over. Suzukaki-sensei, how's Yuri doing? Well, I doubt anything's changed. I think back to the day. Yuri had a needle in her arm. That had a tube connected to some medical equipment. There we go. What was happening to her body during that time?
ユリの病院の検査は昨日で終わったのだが大事を取ってしばらく休ませている
Right.
八重については言うまでもないな普通に考えても十分に大変な状況だからな
To be honest, I still haven't fully digested what happened at the Ikoma mansion. No, I feel like something's missing. I don't know what it is, but I personally feel like there's something missing that I've overlooked. Like I've missed a small detail, or maybe a bigger one. That's me myself. I feel like there's a gap somewhere. I don't know what it is though. If I tried to put that nonsensical and supernatural experience into words, it just sounds like a lie. Did that really happen? I start to doubt my own memories, get lost in my own mind. Could that have been a dream? Oh yeah, I read in the newspaper that Yaoi-senpai isn't going to inherit the business. Did you hear any rumors about that?
学内もそれで揉めていたところだ生駒王は幸運にも財産には恵まれたが、不幸にして経類には恵まれなかった遺産相続については以前から争いの火種となっていたのだが消化が終わらないうちに爆発してしまった
So
よ
he didn't even sort out a will. After saying that, Suzukaki-sensei is silent for a bit. She sighs and looks away from me.
君には申し訳ないのだがこの研究室は閉じることになるかもしれない
I actually expected that.
果たして君はどこまで知っているのだろうかそこは追求しないでおくよ
She knew about it all along then.
私は意図して君を敵視するつもりはないが私の守るべきファミリーはユリだけだ
But what's that got to do with closing down the lab? All lives are equal. But on a personal level, there are still lives that I care about, and lives that I don't. I think it's only natural to feel closer to those with genes similar to yours. Suzukaki-sensei looks as if she's going to respond, then closes her mouth before saying anything.
ではまた会おう
See you later. Suzukaki-sensei shakes her head, slightly as if she's trying to rid herself of some doubt, and leaves the lab. I end up staying in the lab all by myself till 3 p.m. I intended to stay until the evening, but I give in to my boredom and leave to go on a stroll to entertain myself. Okay. I end up going to Suzukaki-sensei in Yuri's house. I'm nearby, so I might as well give a short visit. I didn't expect anyone to be back home. There's an answer when I ring the bell. It's Yuri. Oh yeah, she's back from the hospital. I think Suzukaki-sensei said she was hospitalized until yesterday, if I remember right. Hello, Yuri. You're not going to kill me, are you? Sorry to intrude.
お姉ちゃんもいないしちょうど誰かとお話ししたかったところだから大歓迎だよ
Thank you. For some reason, when entering Yuri's place, I suddenly get the chills and shiver. Why is that?
どうしたの遠慮なく上がっていいよ
He's remembering what happened last time. He remembers. Yuri encourages me as I stand spaced out in the doorway.
大丈夫大丈夫実は部屋の中にお姉ちゃんが怖い顔をして待ち構えているんだ
Are you sure? I think it was back in May when Suzukaki-sensei was out and I went to Yuri's room. The latest Suzukaki-sensei flipped out. Yeah, she threw eggs at me. And I got burnt. I wonder if my chills were caused by unconsciously remembering that experience. I feel like that's a little off. It's just a gut feeling though. What a true cause is, or if there even is a true cause, is unclear. Light from the sunset seeps into the room, tinting it slightly red. Somehow it makes the room look sorrowful to me. Well, the game's coming to an end, I can tell it is. I saw Suzukaki-sensei for a bit this afternoon in the lab. She told me you were back from the hospital.
そのお姉ちゃんは何か言ってた
Who strokes her inner elbow of her left arm while she speaks. That's where the needle was inserted. She's probably doing it unconsciously. Well, she said she'd protect you no matter what and seemed determined.
ねえユリはずっとお姉ちゃんに迷惑をかけてきちゃったのかな
Well, considering you've murdered me, not at the second, not this very second. Even if you are, you shouldn't get upset about it. Your happiness is her happiness. And your unhappiness is hers too. I don't know if saying that would cheer her up. All I can do for now is offer words of encouragement like this. I didn't mean to stay long, but I end up sitting in a chair and continue talking to Yuri. Before I know it, my hands are full of small scraps of paper. Candy wrappers. It's because of the basket of candy on the table. I've opened up so many while chatting with Yuri. It'd be rude to go home without throwing them away. I gather up the paper and wrap it all together with both hands. Okay, where's the trash can? I stand up from my seat, and when I take a step, my toe forcefully smacks into something. Oops, what did I do? There's a small cylindrical trash can. Its contents spill out over the floor. Yeah, I think it's sorry. The trash can itself is very light. It's not like it causes me any harm. It makes a big mess in the room. I turn it upright and start gathering the spilled garbage piece by piece. Since it's in the living room, it didn't have anything wet or dirty in it, thankfully. Thank God for that. It's mostly just tissues and paper scraps. There's one thing that stands out a bit. It's a pack of medicine from Ab Initio Pharmaceuticals. Just one pill remains unopened. She probably thought she used it up and threw it away with one left. I wonder how much she knows about this medicine. I also wonder how much Suzukaki Sensei feels about giving her this stuff. Ab Initio Pharmaceuticals drugs developed by Ikomi Yasuhiro were not enough to save his life. Who knows how the medicine will be received in the future. Same goes for all of their other medicines as well. I'm the same. And this lab and its members. This university and the pharmaceutical company are all in similar straits. I'm alright, don't worry. No, it's nothing. It's nothing. I instinctively hide the medicine in my hand. I reconsider and then throw it back in the trash can. Well, I guess I better be going. Summer days may be long, but the dark night still shows up when evening passes. That is true. And when a low-pitched noise comes through the trash can, a black bug comes flying out. It flies in circles in front of our eyes. Oh god, we got a cockroach! You screams the name of a popular pest in Japan. That's weird. This bug was in there before. I should have noticed when I was cleaning up earlier. It suddenly changes its trajectory in midair and shoots straight toward my face. I immediately tried to smack it with my palm, but my hand just slices through the air. Well, damn it. I swallowed a cockroach. The next moment, the pesky roach flies into my mouth. I scream like crazy and spit it out. It falls on the ground and quickly scuttles for cover. Something's left in my mouth. I cough till I get it. It's the medicine. This thorny stick must be the one of the roaches left. Can I use your bathroom? Yuri nods silently. Her face is kind of pale. I really want to rinse out my mouth. I have never wanted to puke so bad in my life. I gargle 10 times in a row. When I go back to the living room, Yuri's on the hunt with pesticide in hand. I think it's going to come out again. It's missing legs too. They are nimble. Not that I know myself, but I've seen some things. Well, hopefully it's not that infested. I stick along with Yuri's roach hunt for another 2 hours. Give me a break. That was terrible. Thanks to Yuri's persistence, we succeeded in exterminating the roach. I hope she can sleep soundly tonight. I hope so too. I don't think I can relax in a room with some gross bug prowling around. I stop on the sidewalk and look up at a street light. I can hear the sound of insects' wings flapping as they swarm around it. When I look at the bugs, the sensation of the roach's legs in my mouth comes back. Oh god, no. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, so nasty. Stick out my chest and spit on the ground. In this area, there's less people walking about at night. Same with cars. Headlights shine behind me. Car passes by and then stops about 10 meters in front of me. That's Yai Senpai, isn't it? When I get close to it, I see it's shiny and polished. Yeah, it's Yai Senpai. This kind of luxury car is rare out here in the sticks. I wonder who's riding it. Of course. The door opens and Yai Senpai steps out. Yep. Yeah, now that I think about it, there aren't many other people around here who would have such a fancy car. The car heads off, leaving Yai Senpai behind. Yai Senpai, thoughtless of you. I want to ride in a luxury car like that at least once in my life. Wow. Oh! No, come on. Yai Senpai and I walked down the lonesome late night road.
で、あなたはいついなくなるんですか？
Probably leave here soon, but the exact date hasn't been decided yet.
そうですか。短い間でしたけど、ここでの暮らしはどうでしたか？有意義な時間を過ごせましたか？
What, you mean on the game or the experience, sir? My time spent with everyone here was very memorable and enjoyable.
本当に？
I guess. How about you, Senpai?
僕は
Silence drags on as I walk with Yai Senpai. There's no need to rush, so I quietly wait for him to speak. Soon enough, he opens his mouth.
ちょっと苦労しましたけど、僕は納得のいく結末を得ました。
That's better than
も
nothing.
ろんやり残したことは多々ありますが、僕にとって最も重要なことは成し遂げられました。
Circumstances surrounding Yai Senpai are so complicated. You can't even compare them to an average graduate student. His fragile shoulders must carry such a heavy burden. I can't imagine it. What do you think will happen to Suzukake-sensei and Yuri now?
それはもちろん、基本的にはあの二人が決めることですが、僕を含め利害関係者は父の闇の部分を明るみに出すことに興味を示していません。良くも悪くも以前の均衡は守られることでしょう。
Yai Senpai chooses words carefully as he answers. He certainly conveys secrets about ab initio pharmaceuticals and the Ikome family to me. To be honest, I've been very concerned that the eccentric college student Ikome Yai is the only heir to the vast fortune of Ikome Yatsuhiro. Of course, I heard about how a sick old man used an enormous amount of his wealth to try and extend his life. It's a pretty common occurrence. A similar story from ancient Asia, where an emperor who conquered Zhong Yuan, ordered his subservient alchemists to research the secrets to eternal youth. There's probably lots of stories like that regardless of time or place. If I had the fortune, I'd probably do the same thing when I get old.
無論、僕たちの間に、しかし、
Oh, sorry about that. When I said there aren't any resentment sparks left between us.
しかし、
Oh, it won't continue on, but the root of all these is the suit for the Ikome Yatsuhiro. Despite the difference in our situation, our feelings definitely coincide there. Shouldn't be any big problems. To Ikome Yatsuhiro, Ikome Yai, and Nagatsuwata Suzukake were probably nothing more than mere pawns. I recall Suzukake-sensei's bitter expression after Yasuhiro died.
ああ、それにしても自由とは素晴らしいものですね。こんなに体が軽いのは
Oh, something's gonna happen.
生まれて初めてですよ。
Something's gonna happen. Oh. Under the moonlight, Yai-senpai looks as he looks at me. No, he's probably not looking. He's probably not laughing. He's crying.
泣いてなんかいませんってば。ちょっと目にゴミが入っただけですって。
To hide his tears, Yai-senpai covers his face, turns his back to me. His shoulders quiver. I can tell he's really crying. I hesitate for a second, then make up my mind to put my hand on Yai-senpai's shoulder. And that's when it happens. I again hear the roar of a beast somewhere. No! 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 That's Yuri! There's no one else it could be. That's Yuri. We're not far from hers. The roar is somewhere far away. I don't know where it's coming from. I swing my head left and right, looking around in every direction. I heard a voice for a second time. This time it's closer, rumbling as if the beast is caged right before my eyes. Wait a minute. It's so loud, but Yai-senpai isn't reacting at all. It's almost like the sound isn't real. Now I hear footsteps behind me. Ah! Ah! Oh! Oh no! It comes right at my back and stops. I hear a low growl right at my ear. Now I feel moist and hot breath on my neck. I turn suddenly, but I see nothing out of the ordinary. However, I still feel that same suspicious presence clinging to my back. Palms appear in the corners of my peripheral vision. It's as if someone is trying to cover my eyes from behind. Hands rest over my eyes. I reach out to try and remove them, but my hand touches my own eyes with no resistance. I fall into a slight state of panic. It's like I'm blind. Not a single ray of light reaches my eyes. I'm tapped by total darkness, deep in the darkest of night. I hear a voice in my head laughing at me. It's not quite whispering in my ear. It's almost as if it's vibrating in the center of my brain. What? What's going on? No! No, what's going on? Ignorant simpletons. Why do we have to be controlled by the likes of monkeys such as yourself? You merely chase the traces of our activity, and then think your findings are our true forms. Fools. The thing you have named Malus is no more than the equivalent of our feces. What do you think you'll find out by studying that? But the name Malus virus is quite insightful. If you must know why, it's because we are a being of pure poison and true evil. We are shadows, darkness, and nothingness. Be glad, human, you are the next host. Instead of that man, you go ahead and achieve what you It's taken over me! Oh no. Is that it? My field of vision clears. I sneeze continuously.
どうしたの？
Yeah, Senpai looks worriedly at me, sneezing again and again. Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with me. It's nothing. I'm nothing. I reach out and brush my hand against Yai Senpai's face. It's nothing, Yai. I breathe deeply, twist my vocal cords, and make a certain voice.
まさかお父様？
An expression of bewilderment spread across Yai Senpai's face. It wasn't my voice that spoke, but an imitation of a voice of the deceased Akami hero. Huh? What are you saying, Yai? I'm me. No one else. Something multiplies inside of my body. As I breathe, as my heart beats, something overcomes my consciousness. I grin at Yai Senpai. Hey, Yai Senpai. Sorry to keep this a secret from you this whole time. How did you receive secret orders from your big sister to find out about Okami Yasuhiro's... It was his sister! It was his sister?! Yai Senpai's eyes widen in shock. I can tell that he had considered that possibility from the start. Don't worry. I'm going to settle everything. I see the power to do just now. So how should I get things started? I guess first I'll do what Okami Yasuhiro's weakened body couldn't achieve. So let's go, Yai Senpai. What? No, what? I'm so lost! I step on the earth and look up at the stars in the sky as I walk. Yai Senpai follows behind me, a bit separated. Huh? What just happened? Did I get possessed? We're still going. Bloody hell. I thought this would have been over. Oh my god, it's still going. Episode 9. Alright, this is going to be a long one, guys. Sorry. Hey, good morning. How you feeling? I guess you can't answer. I'm the only one in this room after all. I'm a bit surprised you chose to stay in Japan instead of returning to your home country. It's not as if I'm confused by your choice, but it seems that you continue to get along with Yai afterward. If that's what it makes you happy, an outsider like me has no right to comment. After Okami Yasuhiro's death, the value of Ab Initio Pharmaceuticals successfully skyrocketed, and I'm expecting it to get even better too. It's a cruel world in this business. One day a king, the next day a fallen loser. A war to survive, in a way it probably suits the people who do work like us. By the way, I saw in the news yesterday that because the Polar Lab is being abolished, a Xenobiology Lab is being founded in its place. I noticed your name mentioned there as well. Oh, what on earth happened to you in Japan? I'm the one who found you and sent you to Yai. I never expected things to turn out like this. But it has nothing to do with me anymore. Just as I attained freedom by abandoning my hometown, Yai probably gained something too, in exchange for some kind of compensation. But our lives will probably never cross paths again. So Yai, I've decided to forget about you now. Aww. Goodbye, forever. That was his sister then. The days fly by. Spring returns to the university campus. We gather under a sakura tree, just as we did a year ago. However, there are some differences from last year. For example, the contents of our lunchboxes. This year, there aren't any suspicious ingredients used in the cooking. Yuri doesn't have to be so frugal either. As the time for the Hanami party draws closer, Suzugaki Sensei contacts me. She says she'll be a little late. Yuri insists we hold off on drinking until she arrives, but Yai doesn't listen. Of course he doesn't. Yai-senpai savours the taste of a meat skewer. When he reaches for another, I can't hold back anymore. Yuri is shocked that I betrayed her, but eating is a basic instinct for living things. If we start drinking and eating without her, Suzukaki-sensei will forgive us. Suzukaki-sensei arrives 30 minutes late, but Yuri's already in good spirits with a sake cup in hand. Life is a constant struggle for survival. That must be one. I don't think anyone could blame Yuri. Everyone's here, so we have another toast.
では異生物圏の発足を祝して乾杯
I don't know how this is gonna end.
乾杯
Yui Yai, okay. We are already drinking, but it feels good to toast no matter how many times you do it. Might be because I've been drinking, but this isn't an experiment, so there's no need to be precise. If you still can't let go, just have another drink. When you're drunk, it's like your worries fly away for a little while.
乾杯の温度を取るのは私でよかったのかな
Huh? Suzukaki-sensei glances at me.
祝いの席に遅れてくるやつが悪いんですよ一応ユリは的を折っていたんだからね忘れないでよ
She did say that. Now, don't sweat the small stuff. Hey, your cup is empty. One more drink. I pour some sake into a cup. Seems to still have more to say. She seems to still have more to say, but she can't argue if her cup filled to the brim. Yuri drinks about half the cup, so it won't spill when she moves. I think the alcohol content in that drink is pretty high for Yuri. After her lips part from the cup, she sighs deeply. She drunk already? Yes, let's just get drunk and hope for the best.
またこうして平和な酒が飲めるとは思わなかったな
Is she drunk already? Suzukaki-sensei gazes up at the sakura branches above her head as she speaks. Okay, maybe not
中
yet.
華といえばそのセリフは僕にふさわしいんじゃないですか
Oh, maybe? It might be my imagination, but I think I see Yai-senpai wink at me.
おね
Oh, hey!
油断してあんまりお酒を飲んだらダメだよ
大人には飲みたくなる時があるんだよ
Yuri's already started to get drunk. But Suzukaki-sensei's moving at a fast pace today too. Yai-senpai lifts the sake bottle, but it's empty. He sets it down and searches for one with alcohol left. Looks like to me everything's been polished off. Yai-senpai holds up an unopened bottle and then removes it from the fancy case. Looks really expensive.
どうぞいっぱい僕は全員が揃うまで待とうって言ったの
Oh, for the
ユリ
drinking.
さんが先に始めちゃったんですよいやユリは全然そんなこと言ってないんだから
Right back at you.
まあ分かっていると思うが真に受けるなよ
Yeah. Of course, sensei. I bring the sake, he pours me up to my lips. There's no need to carefully savour the flavour. Sake is so first class, I can feel it immediately. What is this called? I look at the label of the sake I'm drinking. The kanji aren't written in a normal font. Instead, it's artistic with decorative touches. Okay, Yai-senpai starts to answer, but I stop him. If a few characters cause me to trip up, then decoding the genetic code will never be more than a dream for me. I start to glare intensely at the label that everyone notices. Hold on. Everyone's expecting too much of me. I can't figure it out in 10 seconds. And even after 20 seconds, I still can't read it. After a minute passes, I clear my throat and proclaim my answer. Sorry, I don't know. Well, damn it. I tried. Senpai is the first one to break into laughter. Yuri and Suzukaki-sensei follow. Oh. Oh, that's not... I like that. Oh. I click my tongue and pout for a second, but soon I can't help but laugh with them. Well, this is fine. Even if I can't read it now, I'll read it eventually. Is that it? Are we done? No. No matter how difficult the code, humans won't give up on deciphering it. Is that it? That's the true nature of mankind. The ones who know the difference between good and evil. I feel like this is it now. I feel like this is it. Or maybe there's a bit more. That's it. We beat Malus Code at long last. God damn. Oof. But I still have some things that are not answered. How was Will possessed by the father? How was that possible? Also, another question I majorly had for this is why was Yuri hooked up at the same time as Ikuma Yasuhiro? Why? I hope this song isn't copyrighted, but it should. It's the credits. I hope it's not copyrighted. If it is, I'll have to do my best to remove it and then re-upload. That's the only choice I have. Damn. I still feel like it. It feels slightly wrong. I still feel like something's not right. I don't know what it is. Something's really bothering me. Is it the same for you guys, or is it just me? Like, I don't know what to feel. Like, how do we explain what happened with Suzukake and... Well, we know what happened with Yuri, but what compelled Suzukake in her ending to have her kill herself? That's one thing I never understood. And how was she still alive after she stabbed herself? And I understand why EI's ending's like this, but it doesn't answer all my questions. It really doesn't answer all my questions. Thank you, MC. This was a good game. I wouldn't say it's the best game I've ever played, but it was a good game. I'll say that, it's a good game. But is that all of it? Or is there more? No, that's it. I think that's it. We finished Malus Code. Is that everything? Code Yuri, Code Suzuki, Code Yai. That changed a little bit. So let me just check. Gallery. Yeah, we done everything, guys. Alright, I'm going to have to end it here. This is it. Malus Code is finished. Woohoo! You know what's next, guys? It's going to be Princess Evangel. Yes, I've been waiting to do this for so long, and I know you guys have been waiting to. Look forward to it. I'll do it soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want any more from me. And I'll see you in the next video. Solid guys. I would indeed see you next time. I still have so many questions. God damn it.